Every night, more than 8 billion people on Earth enter a very strange state while they sleep. Your body becomes completely paralyzed. You drift through vivid hallucinations for hours, and then you wake up almost forgetting everything that just happened. But here's the shocking part. That strange loss of control state might actually be a superpower. In 1862, a chemist was struggling to figure out the structure of benzene. Frustrated, he fell asleep. In his dream, he saw snakes curling into circles and biting their own tails. Boom! The answer appeared, and it changed modern chemistry forever. The same thing happened to Paul McCartney. He woke up, and the legendary song Yesterday was already fully formed inside his mind. In other words, your brain can solve complex problems even while you're asleep. But to do that, it temporarily abandons logic, mixes memories together, creates a distorted world, and then leaves you with only fragments when you wake up. So what are dreams really? Why does the brain need such a bizarre mechanism every single night? Today we're going to decode one of the strangest mysteries of human experience and the real science behind dreams. First, we need to rewind to an old laboratory at the University of Chicago in 1952. A researcher named Eugene Osirinsky had an idea that sounded ridiculous at the time: staying awake all night just to watch people sleep. Back then, scientists believed the brain simply shut off during sleep like a light bulb. But when Osirinsky connected electrodes to volunteers, he discovered something shocking. After a few hours of calm sleep, their brains suddenly lit up. Brain waves became wildly active, almost like they were awake solving difficult problems. And under their closed eyelids, their eyes were rapidly darting back and forth. They called it REM sleep, rapid eye movement. And every time Osirinsky woke someone during this stage, most of them reported the same thing: I was just having an incredibly vivid dream. So what's actually happening inside your head during REM sleep? There are 4 major biological changes. First is paralysis. Your brainstem temporarily shuts down your major muscles. It's basically a built-in safety system that stops you from acting out your dreams in real life. Second is vivid hallucination. During REM sleep, your visual cortex becomes highly active, making dream images feel incredibly real, sometimes even more real than waking life. Third is the disappearance of logic. The prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for judgment and reasoning, becomes much less active. That's why completely absurd situations inside dreams feel perfectly normal. And finally, memory wipe mode. The chemicals needed to create long-term memories drop to very low levels. That's why most dreams fade away within minutes after waking up. Together, this creates the perfect setup for a virtual reality theater inside your skull, where you are the director, the main character, and the audience at the same time. But this theater doesn't run randomly. It follows a strict schedule scientists call the sleep cycle. Each night, you go through about 4 to 6 cycles lasting around 90 minutes each. First comes light sleep, where you can still wake up easily from small noises. Then comes deep sleep, where slow delta waves take over. This is when your body repairs tissues, restores energy, and strengthens the immune system. And then the brain suddenly shifts into REM sleep, where the most vivid dreams happen. Interestingly, REM periods become longer toward the morning. That's why your weirdest and most memorable dreams usually happen right before your alarm clock destroys everything. And humans are not the only ones who dream. Scientists have observed REM sleep in most mammals and even birds. Even your dog dreams. If you see your dog twitching or quietly growling while asleep, there's a good chance it's dreaming about chasing something in its own little dream world. But before REM sleep was discovered in 1952, humans had no idea what dreams actually were. So for thousands of years, people explained dreams through religion and imagination. The ancient Egyptians believed dreams were messages from the gods. They even built sleep temples where people would sleep and then have their dreams interpreted by priests. Then in the early 1900s, Sigmund Freud completely changed the conversation. In his book, The Interpretation of Dreams, Freud argued that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. According to him, dreams were hidden wishes disguised through symbols. His student Carl Jung expanded the idea further, claiming dreams contained universal symbols shared by all humanity. For decades, people believed every dream carried some hidden message waiting to be decoded. But modern neuroscience started moving in a different direction. Instead of asking, "What does this dream mean?" scientists began asking something more practical. Why would evolution keep such a strange and energy-consuming system? And from that question, several major theories were born. The first is activation synthesis theory. According to this idea, dreams may not have deep meaning at all. During REM sleep, the brain receives random signals, and the cortex simply tries to turn that chaos into a story. The second is memory consolidation theory, one of the most accepted theories today. Dreams may help organize memories, strengthen learning, and decide what information should be stored or discarded. In one famous experiment, people who dreamed about a maze they practiced earlier became much better at solving it later. Their brains were literally practicing while asleep. The third theory is threat simulation theory. Nightmares may actually be survival training. Ancient humans constantly faced predators and danger, so dreams could have acted like a virtual simulator for practicing escape and defense. The fourth theory is social simulation theory. Modern humans may use dreams to rehearse stressful social situations like rejection, conflict, embarrassment, or public speaking. And the fifth theory is creativity and problem solving. This explains stories like the chemist who discovered the structure of benzene or Paul McCartney hearing yesterday in a dream. Because logic becomes weaker during dreams, the brain starts connecting ideas in unusual ways. It breaks normal rules and creates surprising solutions. Dreams may actually be one of the greatest creativity tools the human brain has. But then things get even stranger. Neuroscientist David Eagleman proposed something called the defensive activation theory. To understand it, you need to know one important fact. The brain is highly competitive. Brain regions constantly fight for territory. If one area becomes inactive for too long, nearby regions can start taking over. During sleep, humans spend hours in darkness without visual input. According to Eagleman, dreams may exist to keep the visual cortex active so other senses don't invade its territory. In other words, dreams may function like a biological screensaver, protecting your ability to see. That idea completely changes how we look at dreams. Not mystical messages, not random nonsense, but an important biological tool. So, which theory is correct? Memory processing, survival training, creativity, visual protection? The truth is, probably all of them. Evolution is efficient. Once the brain developed dreaming, it likely started using it for multiple purposes at the same time. And honestly, that's what makes dreams so fascinating. Humans have photographed black holes, decoded DNA, and built artificial intelligence. Yet we still don't fully understand why the brain creates these strange movies every single night. Dreams remain one of the last great mysteries inside the human mind. So tonight, when you close your eyes and feel your body slowly go still, remember this. You're about to enter the strangest and most private movie theater on Earth, a place where you can fly, meet people who are gone, solve impossible problems, or experience worlds that could never exist in reality. And by morning, most of it will disappear like it was never there at all.